Greetings to you, fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world. Here with you again is the living Chukwumerije from the table of the wilderness voice. Today, we shall be looking into the Okpo village cleansing, the evil activity that took place in Okpo on the 5th day of January 2022. Here we are. The case where a reverend minister, a teacher of the gospel, was roasted alive by some hooligans who claimed, or some people claimed, were members of our own body, the body Okpo Ihechiowa Abia Mande Chukuje Jozi, bringing a very bad name to our movement, which we can never allow. We can never allow. In this very evil, this atrocity, in this mayhem orchestrated by some hooligans, where a son to this reverend minister was also roasted alive, he was set ablaze. A young innocent boy from Imo State had his head chopped off. They cut off his head, and one drunkard we know, OGB, was also burnt alive. A lot of other people, innocent citizens, Omo Biafra, were killed for just no cause. This was something we have investigated about, and we know that they must all be brought to book. They must all be brought to book. But we want to thank the Okpo people for the little effort they have made, but we are not yet satisfied with that. A lot of calls, we have received calls from Okpo people. Okpo in Ihechiowa community, in Atrocity local government area, in Abia North senatorial zone of Abia State. This evil took place. It is real. It happened. You can't believe it's happening. You can't believe it's happening. I must tell you that we are satisfied. We are not yet satisfied. We are not yet satisfied. The village head, the king administering over the 17 villages in Ihechiowa. We want you to do more. You have now denied, yes, you have denied that it's not ESN. That's okay. And we have also watched a video clip from a pastor, Pastor Peter, who has really done justice to this. There he might not be having too much views in the social media, but he has really done great. He has done noble in this cause. He's actually calling for help. ESN is going to really, IPOB entirely is going to, we are putting on a case. But before then, thank you for at least doing something. It is just barely 6 days, but you have come up with some results. But we need more. You need to do more. You must do more. For this man called Amudo, I think we are interested in your case. You are the very man who mentioned ESN in a very bad mood. In a very bad way, you mentioned ESN again with your mouth. You said that ESN in your village during the funeral service, during the burial activity, had to, in the community, had to liaise or stand side by side, agreed, romanced with the zoo soldiers. That ESN was romancing, identified, playing, found around with Nigerian soldiers. You said this with your mouth. You must come to. Must come. I am giving you the assignment. The king in Amodo, the PG, and the king of the entire 17 villages. You must help us bring this man. Must come to Imo State chapter of ESN to clear this. He must clear this. He must come himself. We are not receiving any delegates. He must come himself to tell us when the ESN started romancing with Nigerian army. The ESN, the IPOB ESN, identified with Nigerian army, you have messed with your life. You have messed with your life, Mr. Amudo. You must clear this very air. And I am giving you less than 7 days to do this. You said ESN. Others have done justice to exonerate ESN from this evil. Before we have watched, ESN is not a Janjaweed movement. It's not a Janjaweed security outfit. ESN is a security outfit having divine backing for a special assignment to protect our own people, to save our heads from the cattle rearers, raping, and other nefarious activities. And you turn around to say that identifying with Nigerian army, you must clear this air. Mr. Amodo, you must clear this air. I tell you, we are not jokers. IPOB is not a joking movement. We are not jokers. You must clear this air. You must come to a public no. You must do a video clip as well to tell the people that you were actually making up all of this. I am suspecting you are involved in all this. Because we also have, I will play, in this very video, I will play listen to this man's voice. Listen to his voice. Fellow Biafrans, listen to his voice so that you understand where we are going. This is what this man said before. So, Mr. Amodo, you can see why we are a just movement. IPOB in its entirety is a just movement, a movement that is set up to salvage mankind from this part of the world, from the oppression of the Janjaweed. And you are turning around to say that, you know how you employed assassins to visit Okpo community, Okpo village. In the same manner you employed those assassins, those hooligans, the same way you employed them to come to ravage the very same land of Amodo, to kill Biafran children, to kill the people that Chukwu Okike Abia is set to liberate from oppression of the Janjaweed of the Nigerian Zoo, the Zoological Republic. In the same way you have called those people, those assassins, you are going to provide each and every one. We don't want to miss any of them because we want to treat them ourselves. We will make sure we bring them, we divide them, we tear them in parts. We will tear them in parts for the birds of the air to feed on their flesh. You will know that you cannot play with Biafran children. You cannot play. This fight is not going to be a little fight because we will still give Christian Association of Nigeria a room to come in. They are going to use, they will be the one to use Nigerian security outfit to fish out every They are going to start, I am very sure, in less than a month. They can, Christian Association of Nigeria, they are coming to fight for the Reverend Minister. He is going to get justice. The minister that was roasted alive alongside his son and the innocent drunkard OGB in the village, which you people in your evil-heartedness set ablaze, burnt, and so freely you did it in a relaxed mood. Nobody questioned, nobody coughed, because you have unleashed so much terror that everyone is so afraid of you. So you must explain this. You said that the king gave you blessing. The king presiding in the whole 17 villages gave you people blessing to bring the people you are now calling vigilante group. If these people are vigilante group, you must provide the ESN where their office is, so that the ESN people will go and confront this vigilante group that you brought that accompanied the assassins to carry out this evil agenda so successfully without exchanging any kind of blow. There was no time Okpo village experienced an exchange of blow between the assassins and the so-called vigilante group, whom you once tagged to be members of ESN personnel. This you must clear. This vigilante group you said you brought and had the blessing of the king of the 17 villages of Okpo. You must also show us where their office is, because we need to know who is in charge of such vigilante outfit. We need to know how they come about vigilanting in this manner. If not, if this had been in another place, if it has happened in, let's say, if this had happened in Kwara State, for instance, before now, the Nigerian security outfit would have been taking some serious measures, because this is Biafran land. They don't want to do anything. We are willing to do something. We must protect our land. IPOB cannot be sleeping for evil to thrive in this magnitude in Biafran land. Okpo is still Biafran land. Ihechiowa is still Biafran land. Atrocity is still Biafran land. Abia North Senatorial District, as you call under the Nigerian Zoological Republic, is Biafran land. Abia State in its entirety is Biafran land. And as I am calling at Ihechiowa people, Okpo people, Atrocity people, I am also calling on Ohofia local government chairman and all his traditional councils. I'm calling on all the traditional institutions in the nearby communities, nearby local governments, and the entire senatorial district. The senator representing Abia North, Ojuzokanu, you must stand up to this. Ojikanu, you must stand up to this and stop deceiving yourself with 2023 political ambition. Stand up to this. How can you go to represent the entire Igbo people at the presidency when you cannot foresee the evil, the atrocity, a whole clergyman, reverend minister of the gospel, burnt alive in the constituency where you claim to be presiding? What are you representing? Senator Nyinia Baribe, this is still under Abia State. If you can speak in favor of Ndibo, in Asurok, in Asuvilla, in the House of the Senate, why will this be happening under your nose and you keep mute? Whom are you representing? If you can't protect the interest of your people, if you can't talk about a clergy that is burnt alive with his family, if you can't talk about the ordinary drunkard OGB who was burnt alive, whom no one can lay claim to him being involved in any kind of crime, and he was burnt alive, you are not standing for his justice. The little innocent boy whose head was chopped off on the account of this evil, atrocious agenda that we must see to the end. Why will you say you are representing the interest of Ndibo? Your claims of all this representation would have been utopia when you can't protect the people from your constituency and the nearby. I charge you, all senators representing Abia State entirely, to stand up to this, because it has gotten to your hearing. You must do something. Engineer Baribe, you cannot be Abia governor, and you can't be claiming to be our representative. You can't be claiming to be the voice of Ndibo, and you can't be targeting that hallowed throne of Abia governorship without fighting for this little battle. If you can't do this, shave off your political ambition henceforth, because these are the little things that you must do to show that you mean well for the people of Abia State. If you can't do this little, then you have nothing to offer, I tell you. Why we stand to fight our own from our own angle, Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka is also planning to fight out, because He hates it when a man on call is insulted, let alone killed. And in this very unjust, in this very inhuman manner, where a clergy is burnt alive alongside his son. This is so unheard of. This must not be tolerated. This we cannot, for any reason, allow to happen. It can't go free. I am charging you. I said you have tried, but you still have so much work to do. Okpo people. Okpo people. Okpo people. Okpo Ihechiowa Atrocity. Entire villages in Ihechiowa. It is your responsibility. All the traditional councils, traditional institutions, it is your responsibility. We are not going to spare anybody. We cannot spare anybody because we have said you have tried. We are only encouraging you to do more. The Eze, the king, we respect you. Biafra respects you, but you don't deserve the respect until you do the needful. Everyone who is involved in this must be unraveled. Your effort is needed even more now. Your effort. This man called Amudo, if he is too afraid to come to us to clear the air, because he said you gave them your blessing as the king for the vigilante to operate. This vigilante he once called Ndi Uwoji, he once called the ESN people, and to worsen it, he said the ESN people were romancing, were found identifying, playing, and working with the Nigerian army when they visited the village. These statements, both the king and the entire traditional institutions, alongside Mr. Amudo, must clear this air. You must clear this air. The living Chukwumerija has spoken. So shall it be. We don't mince words. We don't say what we can't do. We don't say what we can't do. You cannot be having any safe ground. You won't be having any hiding place because we are Ikuku. We are everywhere. We infiltrate even every group chat where you people chat. Every PG, I am charging you. The President General, we are charging you too. You are not spared. You can't be spared because it is not possible you will be spared unless you satisfactorily do your best in making sure all we want, we are no more fighting to clear ESN name because you have cleared that. But Mr. Amudo also need to explain why he said we're playing that the ESN was found romancing, identifying with Nigerian army. This one, you still need to clear this. You have cleared that we are not part of this is not ESN, it is a one kind a vigilante group, which we are still questioning this vigilante group. We still want the clarification on the fact that you said when you were still claiming that we identify with the Nigerian army. Thank you. You will be hearing from us again. I don't know if you will be fast enough to hear from us in peace. If you will be fast enough, you will hear from us in peace. If you are slow enough, you will hear from us in pieces. And no one knows whom this age of the sword is going to slice his backs. Because you are joking. You are joking with a wounded lion. The ESN is a wounded lion. IPOB is a wounded lion. While we wrestle out our way from the DSS dungeon, you trying to stain our name, we are so wounded by that action. That action alone, we are so wounded. Do more. Do more. Do more. I am warning. Do more. You will not be finding it easy. Thank you for the effort you have made so far, but we are not yet satisfied, I must say. We need justice. Justice must be given to that young Mbise boy whose head was cut off and buried without the knowledge of his people from Imo State. And justice must be given to this man, this reverend minister, who was burnt alive alongside his son. This, we demand justice. Justice must be given to him, and until this justice is given, we shall not be resting. We can't be resting. Mr. Amudo, you must come to clear yourself. Thank you. This is the more we can say for now. I remain the living Chukwumerije. Ndị Biafra mma mmanụ, ndị Igbo mma mmanụ, nya gaziere unu otu aka ọ dị ise.